It has been announced that finally we are going to see the battle for the undisputed light heavyweight title between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. All of this will be a part of an exciting card, June 1, 2024. Let's talk about it. On June 1, 2024, we are going to see a Game of Thrones. The fact that you have two world titleists who are going to settle things to find out who is the best between the two. Artur Beterbiev, unified light heavyweight title holder, and Dmitry Bivol, the other unified light heavyweight title holder. These two men have been circling one another for years, but finally in Saudi, they are going to come together for the WBC, WBO, WBA, IBF, and IBO plus Ring Magazine Championship titles. That's a mouthful, but it's also a fistful, as these two men are finally going to square off. Their Russian background aside, the amateurs aside, where they have known one another for years, the greater portion of their careers, they finally are going to come together to see who is the best between the two. All of this will be a part of an exciting card that'll take place in Kingdom Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And it'll also be the main event of a special event between Matchroom and Queensberry, 5 versus 5 best fighters from both promotional companies. The fact that Dmitry Bivol now wants to go after Artur Beterbiev for the rest of the titles can excite the fans, because there is a huge surplus of believers and well-wishers that feel that Dmitry Bivol offers just what it may take to defeat the seemingly indomitable Artur Beterbiev. The fact that he is undefeated fighter. He is also 6 years younger than Artur at the age of 33, an orthodox boxer who stands 6 feet tall, and he has a 72-inch reach. He is noted for his footwork and his ability to manipulate and control the distance between he and his opponents. This will be a true test for Dmitry, whereas Artur, who is the assassin of boxing, a fighter who comes in and who has yet to see the final bell because he has defeated all of his opponents by stoppage. He cranks it up and he gets it going, but don't misunderstand what he brings to the ring. Beterbiev has skills. He is able to set traps for fighters. He is one of the strongest fighters in present modern day boxing, even though he be at the light heavyweight division, standing 5'11" and a half with a 73-inch reach. Orthodox boxer who can punch with the best of them in the division. He is as rugged as they come, and he seems to get better as the rounds go on. When Bivol fights Beterbiev on the night of, what we can expect from him is his record on the line of 22-0 with 11 KOs. We expect him to be able to utilize and accentuate his strengths, which are his mobility, the ability to use the ring, also to try to control the distance with Artur, and score points while staying safe and being defensively responsible. But will he be able to do it for 12 rounds? What's interesting is one of the thoughts about he not fighting Artur prior to now is because he just wasn't as confident as he may want to be on the night of facing such a devastating punching aggressor like Artur Beterbiev. Beterbiev will be bringing his undefeated record of 20 wins, 20 KOs on the night of, and will expect Bivol to fall just like the others have. He has always maintained that it was Bivol who really didn't want the fight prior to now, though we have the Saudis to thank for making this happen, because there were all sorts of roadblocks between even the sanctioning bodies as well as promoters to stop this fight from happening. Now that it is going to take place, the two champions are going to have to display what makes them who they are. In the case of both men, they have fought and defeated quality fighters over their last several fights. When you look at Beterbiev, his most recent win was over Callum Smith by stoppage in January of 2024. Prior to that, the names fall as Anthony Yard, Joe Smith Jr., Marcus Brown, Adam Deans, and Alexander Gavoski. When you look at Dmitry Bivol, his victims in December of 2023, it was Lyndon Arthur. Going back, Gilberto Ramirez, Saul Canelo Alvarez, Umar Salamov, Craig Richards, and Gilbert Castillo Rivera. Each man has faced different types of challenges and have overcome them all. One of the biggest graces of nature was for Bivol and his unanimous decision win over Canelo Alvarez, who seemingly had selected him as an opponent, being very dismissive because Bivol wasn't well known. But he ended up regretting that, even walking away from a proposed rematch, whether it be at light heavy or even at 168 pounds. Canelo wanted no more of Dmitry Bivol, excuse me. And in the case of Beterbiev, Callum Smith thought he would take on the aging fighter Beterbiev, who's 39, and thought he would be able to get his vaunted left hook in there and end up stopping Artur. Artur systematically broke him down, and by the time the fight was halted, many people were wondering, where did that beast come from? Listen, it doesn't matter where the beast of Beterbiev has come from, just know that he is here. And Dmitry Bivol is going to be the next person up to find out exactly who that beast is, what he is about, and how does he overcome the odds. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. As we get closer to the fight, I'll have a more detailed breakdown. But until then, let's discuss. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.